I love these guys. They are so cool, Jackie. Look at this.
Well, we're going to be looking at it in just a matter of moments, as we're always excited on Wednesday mornings to be talking with the Blank Park Zoo. And we do have a very couple special guests joining us this morning.
Julia Trauscher's here from the Blank Park Zoo, and an animal that you saw when it was just a baby a while ago, Julia, on the program. This is Crash. Now, Crash came was it a sibling?
Yeah, so Crash and Eddie are brothers that came to us from the Iowa State Wildlife Care Clinic as little tiny babies.
And they were over on our desk at one time, and they were both
that big,
able to hang out on that branch.
Yes.
But since they've grown, as animals do, we just have Crash joining us here today and hanging out on that branch alone. And what are you doing right now? What are you feeding Crash?
Right now he's getting some dog kibble, worms, fish, carrots, melon, pear.
That's a pretty healthy breakfast.
In here.
Now, give us a little rundown of what type of animal Crash really is, and what genus and things like that, because people do need to realize that this is a very unique animal.
They are. So possums are the only marsupial found in North America, which means that they do have a pouch. The females will carry the joeys in a pouch.
And they call them joeys like kangaroos.
They do,
Okay.
just like the kangaroo and wallaby. They have little joeys. So we got Crash and Eddie when they were both little joeys. And they were found, their mom had been hit by a car. And there were the two of them and then 8 siblings in the pouch.
Wow,
so they got brought
many.
to a wildlife care clinic. Yeah, they have pretty large litters. So the rest of the siblings were released, which was really good. It's good to have possums in the environment.
Right.
They are omnivores. They eat just about anything.
I was going to say, why do you say that? Because a lot of times if people see them, it's usually going to be in the evening, but people kind of get scared or think of them as more as rodents as opposed to being beneficial to our environment.
So they are a nocturnal animal, and we usually see them when the sun just goes down or when the sun's just coming up.
Right.
But they are huge tick eaters. So
Oh, they are? Really?
A single possum will
I'm
eat.
liking you even more now.
A single possum will eat 1,000 ticks a year, and they can't carry or contract Lyme disease. So
Wow. They can just eat them and then ingest them, okay?
Yep, and they stop that disease then from spreading. So especially in our area, we have tons of deer ticks. They're really, really important.
Yeah. Okay.
What
And
a
they
beautiful
also
animal.
cannot carry rabies. So that's usually
They
the big
can't.
one. That's the big one that people are worried about when they see wild animals in their yard, is
Right.
that fear of rabies. But they cannot carry it. So.
And that's one thing that people do have to keep in mind when they see these animals, because they do freak out, and that's,
Yes.
and that's a matter of fact, because they look like big rats,
they
and that's what they
do.
get mistaken for. A lot of times in big cities, possums get mistaken for big rats, and people make the mistake and they kill them because that's what they think they are until they realize afterwards they're not. But again, very, very beneficial animals.
They are.
Oh, wonderful. And they explain playing possum, because that happens as well, correct?
So that's actually a tactic that a lot of animals have, is they will play dead if a predator is nearby. And that is because most predators aren't going to eat something that's already dead, because it might have died from disease or sickness that could then be passed on to the predator.
I love Crash keeps looking at you. Like, keep feeding me.
I'm not
Keep feeding
feeding
me,
him
Julia.
fast enough. So yeah, there are a couple different types of animals that will play possum, but these guys are especially known for it.
All right, so Crash is really digging what you're giving him. So he's getting your best friend, isn't
Yeah.
he?
Well, thank you for educating us about Crash, but we want to talk about the continued education efforts that are happening at the Blank Park Zoo.
We are heading into fall, so the whole education department is getting ready for our early childhood classes.
Okay, and what is that all about?
And they are posted, so those are classes from 1-year-olds up to 3-year-olds, and this year we brought our Zoo Tunes class back.
I believe we have some video to go along with that too, if we can roll that here real quick.
So Zoo Tunes is a super fun class for 1 to 2.5-year-olds. This footage is from another one of our early childhood classes. Some of the activities will be similar, but then Zoo Tunes adds in a lot of musical instrument play for the kids, and it's really fun. They get an animal visitor.
It's just kind of fun seeing you're never
just
too
kind of
early
play.
to learn
Yeah.
about our outdoors and wildlife and the things that are happening at the zoo.
Now, how's the space availability for things like this? Is it limited classroom sizes?
There are limited classroom sizes. If you look on our website in our early education tab, there's registration dates, and it will show how many tickets are still available for those.
Okay.
Okay, as you said, we're heading into fall, so you want to start thinking about those classes now before they fill up. Okay, other great things that are happening at the zoo, of course, Zoo Brew later on tonight. We want you to find your favorite Christmas hat because it is Jungle Bells.
Jungle bells, jungle bells, jungle all the way.
Highway 14 Blues is going to be performing. Of course, normal zoo hours closes at 5, reopens at 5:30. You do need to be 21 and older, but a great opportunity to enjoy some cold brews, great animals, and of course some wonderful music.
And we're going to be hanging out with the Gibbons. Okay, we're going to be hanging out by the Gibbons because that's the featured animal of the week. So if you have a chance to take a selfie with the Gibbons, you can stand in front of the enclosure and then try to get them in the background because they're always in a really good spot. So we're going to be over there. And then you guys have like a professional, you have somebody, an expert that comes and talks about the animal of the week.
Yeah,
every
we
week
will
too,
have
right?
a keeper doing a little chat
At
all about the
6:30.
Gibbons.
Wonderful.
They're very, very cool.
Those are the animals you hear if you come in.
Yeah.
They make a lot of noise, folks, at the Blank Park. So you
they're
can hear
a lot
them
of
from
fun to learn about.
blocks away. So that's going to be a great time. Adults only later on tonight. 5:30 is go time. So hopefully you can join us out there for some great music and some great times.
Well, Crash, thank you for sharing your
Thanks,
breakfast
Crash.
with us this
You are
morning.
such a
Julia
big boy.
Trash from Blank Park Zoo, thank you for joining us. Love seeing these animals grow up and just learning more about them every single time you visit. You're watching CW.